mathematicians. Today we are going to learn a really fun strategy for multiplication. This strategy can be used if you do not know a math fact. It will help you get to your answer quickly. Okay, so with adding a group strategy, the most important thing to remember is that you have to find a helper strategy, or one that you know really well, in order to help you get to the answer that you need. Let me explain that more. Let's say I did not know the answer to the problem 6 times 6. Okay, I don't know what that is. I don't know what to do. What you can use is the adding a group strategy. So if you look at this color that I'm using right now, I've drawn an array. Just look at this color that I am boxing in right now. Okay, I've drawn an array that uses a helper fact. I didn't do 6 times 6 yet because I don't know what 6 times 6 is. But I know what 5 times 6 is. It's 30. So I drew my 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, with 6 in each row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? And this box that the array that I boxed in, I know it equals 30. But I'm looking to find 6 times 6. So why did I just do 5 times 6? Well, I already knew the answer to 5 times 6. So 5 times 6, the only thing different about 5 times 6 compared to 6 times 6 is this 5 right here. See? That's the only thing different. So if I know what 5 times 6 is, and I need to get to 6 times 6, what do you think I could do? I drew a little picture underneath. What is that showing right there in this color? It's showing that I added another group of 6. I did plus 6. And I added another, let me change that back to the other color. I added a 6th row. So now I have 6 times 3, 4, 5, 6 times 6. So, based on that, if I know that 5 times 6 is 30, all I have to do is 30 plus 6 more. 30 plus 6 more in order to equal 6 times 6. You guys know what 30 plus 6 is, right? That's right, 36. So 6 times 6 equals 36. I'm going to show you another example of how this is helpful. Because you don't just have to use arrays when it comes to multiplication. You know that you could make groups, you could make a picture, you could make lots of different things. So I'm going to do this problem here. It says, suppose you do not know the answer to 6 times 3. Okay, well, it asks me to use the helper fact, 5 times 3. Remember, when you are not sure what the answer to a multiplication problem is, in this strategy, you're going to use a multiplication equation that you do know. Use that helper fact. And for me, yeah, I know basically what anything times 5 is. I just count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and so on. So 5 times 3 is a great helper fact for me. Okay, so I'm going to represent 5 times 3 first, because I already know it's 15. but I'm going to show that in a picture so that I can add a group to it. So it says, use pictures, numbers, or words to show how you can use 5 times 3 to help you solve, or help you figure out 6 times 3. Solve. All right, I'm going to use a picture by making a group, or by making groups. Okay, so 5 times 3, I'm going to make 5 groups with 3 in each group. So I just like to make circles. If you prefer something else, go right ahead. Maybe you like making squares better. There's 3 groups, 4 groups, 5 groups. Ooh, that one was big. Okay, and I said that there were 3 in each group. So I could either do X's, dots, lines, doesn't matter. I'm gonna do X's because I can see those best. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me make sure that this all equals 15. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so now that I have my helper fact, I know that I can just add one more group to get the answer to 6 times 3. Because remember, if you look at the numbers, you want to see what's different about those two equations. Well, I see that there's a 5 here instead of a 6. So I have to get that 5 and basically make it into a 6. And the way that you do that is by adding another group. So I'm going to add one more group with 3 in it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now I was already at 15, so I can just add 3 more to 15. So instead of counting back up those X's, I'm just going to put 15 plus 3 over here. Okay, and what's 15 plus 3? Yep, 18. Okay, so now I know the answer to 6 times 3. It's 18. So you want to use this when you don't know what the answer is to a multiplication problem, but you do know something that is close to it, a multiplication equation that is maybe probably just one away. So 5 is 1 away from 6, and 5 times 3 and 6 times 3. And on this one I did 6 times 6 was the one I didn't know, so I used 5 times 6. Typically you'll want to use, well, I shouldn't say that. A lot of people will use their 2s, 5s, and 10s multiplication facts as their helper facts because those are ones that people tend to memorize pretty quickly. All right, we're not going to do that. I'm going to show you what you guys are doing for your practice problem. This is yours. It says, sketch a picture to show 2 rows of jars with 7 jars in each row. How many jars are there in all? Okay, so it sounds like you're going to draw a picture. You're going to make 2 rows of jars. Now you don't have to draw jars. You could make X's or circles to represent the jars. So in those 2 rows of jars, there are 7 in each row. So kind of think about what we've been talking about with an array. We know that the rows are the first number in a multiplication sentence, and the number of the item in the row is the second number in the multiplication sentence. So that's how you're going to find out what you put here, what the first one is, and what the second one is. Okay? And then once you've drawn your picture, then you may answer the equals sign. Okay? I need to see a picture here. You will not get credit, or you will not get points if you do not draw a picture here that represents the problem. Okay? Second thing you need to do is answer the questions below. It says, use a colored pencil. Well, if you're not doing it in your math journal, just, change your pen color up here to whatever you'd like. Use a colored pencil to add another row of jars to show 3 rows of 7 jars in each row. Okay, so instead of 2, you're still going to draw that too, sorry. You're going to just add another row to make it 3 rows, but do it in a different color so you can see, just like I did on my first problem. It says, I added one group of blank jars, so how many were in that group, and then you're going to write your new number model to describe your new picture. So what is the new multiplication sentence? That's what it's asking right here. Then answer for me, how did knowing 2 times 7 help you figure out 3 times 7? So think about what we just talked about with the helper fact. How does it help you? Okay, write at least one complete sentence right here. Okay, then you're going to turn that in. You're going to do math workshop today, and then you'll be done with math.